Greetings and welcome to your Oracle message for the day. I am Kat Morgan and I welcome you to this video, to this channel, and to this space. This is a collective reading and it is timeless, so whenever you come across this video, however and whenever you find it, it's the right time for you to be getting this message. And we have been going through Kyle Gray's Gateway of Light Activation Oracle deck. Today's card is the Starbeing Healing Codes. Really beautiful energy from this card, representing important information. Wounds are healed and recharging. So powerful, beautiful, amazing energy coming. Obviously, beautiful golden light. What I see with this image, and before we go in the book, I haven't looked in the book. You and I will go through that together in just a minute, but I always want to get the energy, the messages that are coming directly from the card, from the image, and the words that are on this image right in front of us. If you feel so inclined and you want to put your hand over the image, you've got chakras in your palm, at the tips of your fingers. Your whole hand is extremely interactive. You can put it right on the monitor if you don't have an interactive screen, or just above the monitor. Just hold your left hand, non-dominant hand, so if you're left-handed, hold your right hand out. And just put it over the image for just a minute and close your eyes and feel this golden light just pouring over you. This golden light of life, of love, of forgiveness. And that's the message that I'm getting very strongly from this image itself. The idea of forgiveness. And I don't know about you, but for many, many years, I didn't like hearing that word forgiveness. It sounded like a task that I needed to do, that I was failing in because I had failed to forgive certain things from the past or certain people who had done things. And it wasn't until I became a little bit older, a little bit wiser, got a little more information on that, that I was able to understand that forgiveness isn't for this other person. We've heard this a million times, but it's absolutely true. The thing is the first thing we need to do is forgive ourselves. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for being a child and not having any power or control of your situations that happened when you were small, that were not to your benefit, that are asking you now to allow healing, to allow wholeness, to allow integration of those bits and pieces of you that were scattered across your path in the past, and bringing those back into you, recharging, reincorporating those little bits that got mauled, that got stomped on and trashed. Okay? All of that is part of who you are, the good and the bad. You know, we put labels on things. There's a difference between judgment and discernment. When we are looking at our past, when we are looking at things that happened to us in the past, we want to separate ourselves from the situation. Number one, it's not happening now. It's done. It's gone. Whatever happened, it is no longer happening, at least for the things that happened when you were little. There may be things that are still happening now that you're still dealing with, that you have to deal with. You may be in a situation in your home, in your family, in your work, in your personal relationship, maybe in your relationship with yourself, where there's harm that's being done to you in one form or another. And you want to address that. You want to stop that, right? You want to stop the bleeding, first of all, and address the issue. Separate yourself from whatever is going on and evaluate, discern. It's not the same thing as judgment. You don't have to put a label of good or bad, positive or negative, right or wrong. You don't have to put those labels on any people, on anything. Keep it simple, honey, okay? It either benefits you or it doesn't. It either benefits others or it doesn't. That's it. That's all we have to use for discerning whether something is right for us or not. whether it is a good fit or not. Some things are better fits for people than others. We need to give them their space to be able to, as you know, we just had in the previous reading, do you, right? We need to let them do that too. We need to give them permission to do that as well. But forgiving yourself first for not knowing better, for not having the information that you have now after the fact, for being human, for being frail, for being vulnerable. Forgive yourself of these things. And when you come to a place where you have forgiven yourself for being human, for having a human experience, you did the best you could in any of those situations. We always do. Even when we think we're not doing our best, in that moment, that's the best that we've got. And I'm going to tell you truthfully, if you're being stomped on physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, it's really difficult to even think coherently in that moment. The best thing you can do is just hold on and wait it out until you come to a space where you can extract yourself from the situation. And as soon as you do that, you have the opportunity to then forgive yourself again for being human and getting into that experience in one way or another. You are always going to be responsible for your own life. You are accountable to you. No one has to answer to you for what they've done, and you don't have to answer to anybody else for what you've done. The only person you have to answer to is you. It's the same, it's the flip side. It's like two sets of the same coin, two sides of the same coin. You can't have a heads without a tails. You can't have forgiveness for others without having forgiveness for yourself first. This is how we heal our wounds. This is how we show others how they can heal their wounds, because we can't heal other people. We can only show them how we healed ourselves, and maybe there's some wisdom, some knowledge, some experience that they can use to help themselves heal themselves, forgive themselves. What happens from that place of forgiveness is you do not want to cause more harm to yourself. You do not want to cause more harm to anybody else. It's impossible to feel like beating people up, like hurting people when you are coming from a place of love. It's just impossible. So when we bring in that forgiveness for ourselves, we are gifting ourselves with putting ourselves back together, with becoming whole, becoming healed. Has nothing to do with that other person. You can sit there and say that thing that was done was harmful. Yes, that is a discernment. That's not a judgment. That's not saying it was right or wrong, good or bad, positive or negative. It's simply saying there was harm that was done. And I'm going to judge, if you will. I'm going to discern that that action was not beneficial to anybody and therefore does not want to be repeated. That's it. Again, keeping it very, very simple. If it's not going to benefit anybody, including you, then it doesn't need to happen. And if you're going to be putting people in harm's way, including yourself, you need to stop. So we make things way too complicated, I think, sometimes. Let's take a look in the book and find out what the book reading says for us for our Starbeing healing codes. I'm really, really interested to see what is in this reading. Really feel this love, this golden love just pouring through all across the planet. All across the planet. Okay. And there will be 3 parts to this. The first part is a general information about the card. The second part will be how to connect with the energy of the card. And the third part, after you make that connection, there's going to be a personal reading from the book for you directly. There are many names for star beings, such as ETs, star people, star ancestors, sky people, and more. Whatever they are called, they are divinely inspired, evolved beings existing in dimensions that we can't even comprehend. They are the overseers of the cosmos, and like The angels are divine expressions of the heart of Source who are dedicated to the well-being of the entire universe. They aren't limited by time or space, for they are from a higher dimension. Their frequency healings are received on a spiritual level and can then move through our energy centers to affect the physical. These cosmic beings are our interplanetary cousins and are now coming to many souls on Earth to support our healing, expansion, and harmony. Star beings exist in multiple forms and come from many different universes, but this card is a gateway that transports us to one of their healing sanctuaries. It is a gateway that is open to many different star beings, and so it doesn't stipulate which cosmic race is coming to us, but we will be receiving healing codes directly from cosmic guides. The healing can be emotional, physical, or spiritual. However it comes, know that it's a great blessing. Connecting with this card. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. In and out. Drop your shoulders. Loosen your jaw. Put a smile on your face. There you go. There you go. Say thank you, star beings of healing, for placing your hands of light upon my being and guiding me back to my whole and healed self. Your message. If the world seems overwhelming or intense at this time, know that it's okay for you to retreat for a safe space to cleanse and recharge your energy. You may feel called to be a healer for others and share healing with the world, but please ensure you are balanced and filled with light first. This is not the time for you to sacrifice your own well-being in order to serve others. Light beings are placing their hands upon you now, filling you with divine light that will wash away blockages or stagnant energy, standing in the way of your freedom and wholeness. Star beings are channeling healing codes and frequencies into your being, and it's important for you to stay alert for any intuitive guidance about your body so you can be restored to health once more. Oh gosh, what a beautiful, beautiful message. I love that. I love that. Yes. So absolute healing. Healing starts, as everything else does, start with us, for us as human beings, with our soul, with our spirit, with our spiritual being, our spiritual entity. It is the emotional mind, if you will, that is connecting with the divine, connecting with God, connecting with Source. However you want to say it, however you identify that creative life energy that exists in all things. When you are making those connections, you're going to be receiving information about your healing specifically. I was just speaking in the last reading about if there's something that is going on with you physically that you need to be healed for physically. I've been getting this very strong message for the past few readings that one or more of you who are listening to this video, whenever you're finding it, are working on healing, of being strong, of getting over an illness or an injury or something. And it feels a bit chronic, you know. You have the opportunity to become the person that doesn't have that condition. Think of like the multiple personality disorder, the people that think that they are one person 1 minute and can switch and become an entirely different person in their mind. It's a psychotic disorder, but there's a lot that can be learned in that idea because some of these people In one persona, they might have a cancer. And when they switch into the other persona, the other personality, that cancer is gone. I mean, physically gone. They've proven it in the laboratory. It's the craziest thing. So you do have the power. You have the ability to do this. You simply choose to believe. You must believe it. You must know it in your heart, feel it emotionally. You must think it in your mind. You must have those thoughts. You're not thinking, I want to be well, I want to be healed, I want to be whole. You are thinking, you are feeling, you are saying to yourself, and you are speaking it out loud to everybody else, to this entire existence. I am a person who is whole. I am a person who is healed. I am a person who is strong. I am a person who is healthy. I am a person who has amazing physical capabilities. I am a person whose organs function perfectly. I am a person whose breathing is clear and unobstructed. You see what I'm saying? Pick whatever it is that applies to your condition and circumstance specifically. And this works also with non-physical things. So I am a person who is whole in mind for somebody who is dealing with a lot of mental chaos or confusion. I am a person who is sure of themselves. I am a confident person. I am a strong person. I am a powerful person. You see what I'm saying? This makes sense now? You can choose to be the person that doesn't have that condition. The problem is then we turn around and look at our physical selves to see if we got that confirmation and the condition's still there, and we go, oh, see, it didn't work. I'm no good at this. You, we didn't even give it a chance, you know? Go back, spend some time, put as much time into knowing you are the healed person as you have been spending knowing you are the sick person. Okay? It's cumulative. The more time you invest in yourself, knowing, believing without a shadow of a doubt, you are this person who is whole. You are this person who is healed. You are. You are. That's all I can think of to say. I love you. Have the most amazing, fantastic day. You are way more powerful than you realize, so be careful what you wish for, right? Make sure that you're wishing for things that bring you a benefit and others benefit. I love you. If you haven't heard that recently, you can't say that anymore because I just said it to you. I love you. Have the most amazing, fantastic day. Namaste and ciao for now.